Well guys, I've got a couple of spare hours from work, so I thought, right, I'll nip to the little wood, Chestnut Wood, and see what we can find. It's been a few days and we've had lots and lots of rain, so maybe not quite time to come. Maybe should have waited a couple of days, but because I was this way and I'd got a couple of hours off, I thought it's silly to go by when I can spend an hour having a look round. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll see if we can find anything different, any new fungi that's come up for us in all the heavy rains. We've had 2 days of solid heavy rain. Today we had a little bit of rain this morning or overnight, but today is the first of the dry days, and I think next 2 days are going to be quite nice. So anyway, if anybody enjoys the video, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit that big thumbs up button for us. It all helps bring traffic to the channel, and we can keep growing the channel so we can get more people on board and we can all learn together, see what we find. So let's go and see what there is about. Well, we've got a couple of yellow russulas coming up here. There's one, a bit grubby. There's a second one. The slugs have been enjoying them. There's a third one. There's a fourth coming up there, look. So there's quite a few of those about. Quite a few russulas about. Let's see what else is in store. I think we might have some deceivers here. Yep, pretty much look like we've got some deceivers growing. There we go. Let's have a little look. They definitely look like deceivers to me. They've got that twisted fibrous stem and that rubbery looking cap, and they definitely look like those gills are like those on a amethyst deceiver. So I think there's 3 different varieties of the brown or reddy coloured deceivers. So there we go, that's what we got here. By the looks of it, there's some more coming up there, look. Another nice one over there. So definitely look like deceivers. Now some people would pick those to eat, but I don't. The only deceivers that I eat are the amethyst deceiver. So let's carry on and see what else we can find. Well, the fly agaric that we found, what, 3-4 days ago? As you can see, he's now matured. His cap's nice and flat. He's a big fly agaric. Still looking very healthy. I can't see any more around, but we're going to try. I'm going to have a little look in some of the different places today, so if I get a chance, if it don't start raining, but it should be all right, and we'll see if there's any more. But until then, this is the first one we've found, and he's grown into quite a nice mature fly agaric. Well, we've got some more little deceivers here, look, but just growing behind them on that piece of wood looks like some sulphur tufts, tiny little baby sulphur tufts, and it looks like there's some more going to come up on the edge there. Can you see them? So there we go, 2 next to each other. We've got sulphur tufts and some little deceivers. There's another deceiver there, look. So let's carry on. Tucked away behind this piece of bark is a nice piece of beefsteak mushroom. As you can see, he was growing behind there behind that piece of bark, which is all mossy. And there you go. Quite a nice piece. We'll clean him up and he can come home with us, and we will go and see what else we can find. There's a nice little young false death cap just coming up, as you can see, in this thick lovely dark moss. So they're still coming out, so let's carry on. I think we've got a charcoal burner here. Nearly trod on him. Very much looks like a nice charcoal burner, and we know how to test it, don't we? We flake those gills, and if they flake off, the charcoal burner doesn't flake as much. So that, to me, is a charcoal burner. And as we know, it's got its name because of those colours on the cap. Them different shades and blues and greens in that cap of grey, meant to represent the different colour of the flames when burning charcoal. So there we go, charcoal burner. Some people would eat it. As you know, I don't take them. Well, that's nice. Another new one for the wood. These little baby puffballs. Look at that. They look like common puffballs. Very young. There's two of them. So that's another good sign, because where puffballs grow, you'll get other stuff growing. So that's great. So we'll carry on and see what else we got. We've found a mat bolete, or maybe it's a young red crackling bolete, I reckon. There we go. So it could be a young crackling bolete. It looks like it's got that red layer underneath that matte cap. So he's going to go in the bag, because he's a nice little edible. Not the best of edibles, but when there's nothing else about, it's worth having. They're quite tasty actually, but as I've told you before, I take those paws off, scrape them off with a knife, and then just cut the flesh up. So there we go, a nice crackling, or a young crackling, or it could be a mat bolete. I can see a couple of others, but they're really small. So let's carry on and see what else we can find. Well, next up we've got some tiny little puffballs just starting. There you go. Little pair of puffballs, and they are small, really small, about the size of your thumbnail, the biggest one. So, more puffballs appearing. The rain's obviously done us a lot of good. Yet more lovely little puffballs coming up. Look at that, little baby puffballs. Tiny, one right by my boot, look. Another bigger one there. He's quite a bigger one. And then guess what we've got this side? Over this side, look. We've got lots of amethyst deceivers. All these little amethyst deceivers coming up. All their little pins, little babies. There they come. Lots and lots of them. Usually when you find amethyst deceivers, you'll find there'll be a lot together in quite a big area. There'll be quite a number. Look, there must be 50 or 60 here, I should imagine. So I'm going to pick some of these, and they're coming back with me. And then when we get home, I'll show you what we got. But there you go, some lovely little amethyst deceivers. So let's carry on. Now, if you want to just have a little look in this hole in this tree, you'll see in there a beautiful big beefsteak mushroom. Can you see him? Can you imagine how deep he is in that tree? Look, I just saw the sun was shining and I just saw a glint of pink in there, so I come to have a look, and there he is, a lovely big beefsteak mushroom. So I'll try and harvest him if I can get into him. Here we've got a couple more little I think they're matbolites myself, but there's one, there's two. They're not going to get any bigger, so we might as well pick them. Can't see any more at the moment, so we'll move on and see what else we can find further up. Well, just below me here, I think we've got some oysterlings. So something else that's new in this little wood. There you go. Some lovely little oysterlings on that twig. Aren't they lovely? I love oysterlings. I think they're lovely little things. So let's carry on. Put those back and see what else we can find in this area. Well, well, well. We've got a lovely little group of amethyst deceivers. Look at those. They're a good size too. These must have been little pinheads when I walked across here last time, because it was what, 4 days ago, and look how big some of these are. So we're gonna have to pick some and get some taken home to eat, because I love amethyst deceivers. Some people think they're not worth picking because they're so small, but I quite like them, so I will pick some of these bigger ones. Well, next to these deceivers here, look, there's one, and some pins there. We've got some bonnets. I'm not sure which bonnets they are, but they look like little bonnets to me, growing on that piece of wood, rotting wood. Don't know if they're rosy bonnets or what they are. I'll have to take some pictures and check them. Well, it looks like this stump has been taken over by some fairy ink caps. You could say that there was quite a lot of them. There you go. These are a bit younger, look, they're lighter in colour. There we go. Some lovely little fairy ink caps, all on this stem. What a stem and what a sight. Well, it looks like we've got some, they could be glistening ink caps or common ink caps. It's a bit of a job to tell after this rain, because sometimes the glistening ink caps, the actual caps get washed so much that they don't give off that glistening look anymore. But we've got another one here, look. So we definitely know they're ink caps, but glistening or common, we're not sure about. And we got another lovely, fresh, clean charcoal burner. There you go. There's lots and lots and lots of russulas, brittle gills, especially the yellow ones. Well, there's 3 different ones that are yellow, so which ones they are I don't know, but I must have walked past 100 today easily. Most of them have been knocked over by the deer. So there we go. There's lots and lots of russulas about for those who collect them. Well guys, what a lovely little walk that was. I've been in here about hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes. And as you saw, we found lots and lots of different bits and pieces, which is always great. It's another little piece of beefsteak growing there, look. Seems like every stump's got something growing on it. But what a great walk it was. We found those lovely groups of amethyst deceivers, some of which I've got in my bag. So I'll get back home and then I'll show you what we got. Well, there we go guys. This is what I collected today. I've got two lovely big pieces of beefsteak mushroom. This big one here, which you would remember was stuck in that hole in the tree, so I managed to cut that and get it out. This was another big piece that we found growing behind that bark, so that's two nice pieces of beefsteak mushroom. And this one really is like a bit wobbly, a bit like a piece of liver, really, like they say it should be, and it is. I suppose where we've had the rain, they're a bit wet and rubbery. Then we got the amethyst deceivers. I just bought a handful home. I didn't go too silly. These are one of the safest beginners edibles, because as long as those gills there are the same colour, they're amethyst, and they're not brown or pale white or sandy colour, anything like that. As long as they're that colour, that amethyst colour, then you have an amethyst deceiver. So they're pretty safe to eat. I cut the stems off, the stalk, because the stems are very fibrous, so it's just a matter of putting the caps in with, I don't know, you could put them in anything, a little bit of stew. I just put them in with a mixed mushroom for breakfast or something like that. So I'll probably slice up some of these beefsteak, and we'll fry that in a bit of olive oil or a bit of butter, and then put some of these in with it. So that's what we got today. Not bad little haul of edibles. Quite nice actually. Two of, well, I've only ever had beefsteak twice before now. I never had it, and then I tried it and it's really nice, so it's become one of my favourites. And these are one of my favourites, basically just for the colour. You can just put them in the pan for a little while so that they keep all their colour, but I like to have them, make sure they're cooked properly, but they still look amethyst when they're cooked. So there you go guys. I'm gonna be going, I think I'm going to be going to Thetford tomorrow to have a look around Thetford. You never know, it might be livening up there too, it might not. It's, when I've looked at all the past videos and photographs, it's usually like the mid to late end of October when it gets lively at Thetford. So it's worth having a look tomorrow morning, a couple of hours, and then of course I'll be working till late afterwards, but hey ho, that's the way it goes. At least I'm working, at least I'm self-employed and work for myself, so I can go when I want. So there you go. Thanks for watching guys. Thanks for watching until the end. Feel free to share, like and subscribe. Just hit that big thumbs up button for us, even just a like. It all helps us build the channel. I think it helps YouTube send traffic our way. The more likes we get, then and the more comments we get, the more they'll send traffic our way. So that's good. So we're trying to build up the channel. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for all those original subscribers who have stuck with us, and they're getting used to us by now, I should imagine, getting used to some of the crap I talk. But no, thank you for staying with us guys, and hopefully now everything in Fungi Kingdom is starting to pop up. We're going to have more videos and we're going to find more stuff, so let's go to it. Don't forget, get out there. If you can get out there in for an hour after work, you've still got a little bit of light, or just get out the weekend, whatever. Anyway, when you are out there, always remember one thing. Yeah, you got it. Keep your eyes open.